Come on, we will start with the next topic, that is an error in the power of any physical quantity. Fine, suppose I say z is equal to a raised to n. Fine, so there would be the measured value of a definitely. How you write the measured value of a plus or minus delta a. Fine, so what is the measured value of z? Z plus or minus delta z. So if I substitute here z is equal to z plus or minus delta z, so this a becomes what? A plus or minus delta a raised to n. From this part I have taken a common. Fine, so a is taken as common in a bracket. So a is common 1 plus or minus delta a upon a raised to n. Now this n is applicable to this part also and this part also. Fine, so how will I write? A raised to n, 1 plus or minus delta a upon a raised to n. But what is a raised to n? A raised to n is z. So a raised to n is replaced as z, 1 plus or minus delta a upon a raised to n. Fine, this z is taken in the denominator and separate the denominators. So z upon z is 1 plus or minus z upon delta z upon z, 1 plus or minus. Now if I apply for this as a binomial theorem, what will you get? 1 plus or 1 plus x raised to n. For x is less than 1, it is equal to what? 1 plus x raised to n is nearly equal to 1 plus nx. Fine, because higher order terms, which is nothing but it is n minus 1 x square plus n minus 2 x cube. Fine, this part are neglected. Why? Because x is much lesser than 1. So ultimately x square is still more lesser. Fine, so this part is neglected. So we write 1 plus x raised to n is nearly equal to 1 plus nx. Fine, so if I apply the binomial theorem for this part, so n becomes what here? Fine, here this power n is come as a coefficient here. So what I get? 1 plus or minus n delta a upon a using binomial theorem. Fine, this power will come as a coefficient. So this power here is n will come as a coefficient. Fine, so you can see that. So ultimately what we reveal, this 1 get cancels out. So plus or minus delta z upon z is equal to plus or minus n delta a upon a. So ultimately we reach to the rule, that is delta z upon z is equal to n delta a upon a. Fine, so what did be the rule? The rule becomes that the fractional error in the nth power of any physical quantity is always the n times the fractional error in that physical quantity. Fine, so fractional error in z is equal to n times the fractional error in a. Fine, I hope you understand.